I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to Complete Trader Academy Daily Review. Today is March 23rd, Thursday, 2023. Today here we have this candle here, and exactly what I was mentioning yesterday. Please watch yesterday's video. Price said I said price would come back to rebalance up this big down candle from FOMC, got into this 1 hour resistance block, and then shot down for the weekly gap. So beautiful day. Took my time to make this video late today because I was recording the live a live recording of my trade today, and then I deleted after doing the school. So I'm going to show you real quick here. I'm sorry, 1 hour. And if you recall, I drew this right here, this resistance block, dragged it out, and look how the body's respected beautifully on that. Now you could have refined it to this block here, actually, because this qualifies for one as well, because it has a high and then it has the low of it, which is itself, and then the higher high, and then price breaks down and comes back, and almost 50% of that candle. So this one worked as well, and it was nice to see that the body's respected, and that's kind of how I for sure took the trade. And once that came in, went into a smaller time frame. And where am I taking it? Well, we got this imbalance of price here because the price already raised up today, and we were up here. Okay, so nice buys up here, but looking for the big sell, and you'll see that it came out perfectly. So, and then we have this 1 hour gap in between here, and let me go to now a smaller time frame. But the intention was, after taking this trade, I want to take it down to this gap here below these lows, and then take it to this gap, and it happened to the T. So let me go into a 1 minute, and this is a priceless video because I'm going to show you the video that I did for the school and the trade that I took here. So take a look here. So this is 9 o'clock here and 9:30 open. All right. So at this moment, we're looking at dollar, and dollar has already gapped down, left this gap. So came down. So gap came down, came up at 9 o'clock. And then we're here, and we didn't take out this, right? And then we saw price moving down. So price is coming down, and it's generally probably going to take out that low and then take out that low, right? So taking out liquidity, and at 9 o'clock we are here. So if I'm starting to see bearish prices on dollar, I'm like, okay, well this solidifies my buy to that H1 resistance block, and sure enough comes up to it. Now on the hour chart, this is just noise in a wick, but the bodies, they stop here. So then so we're in here. This is where I want to sell, and sure enough, take a look here. We got a imbalance right there. Okay, imbalance right there, and the stop is right above that imbalance high candle. Okay, and I show you this every single day, actually. And price came down, came up, came down, came up, came into it. You're a buyer on a 5 minute. That's the sell right there, and then holds and sinks down, creates another imbalance right there. Look at the price, comes right to it. Look at that. Then price comes down, creates another imbalance, comes right back into it. You're a seller again, and then you see how this high didn't take out that high. That's a good signature of the algorithm too, moving, and that's what you want to see. Price comes down and comes back up into this into this 1 minute, 2 minute resistance block. So this is an hour resistance block, and this is a 1 minute. Why? Because there's a high here, there's a low, and there's a higher high, and the price breaks down through it. And you see aggressively with straight bearish candles. Then price comes back up into here. See that? It taps right into this block and that block right there. And generally 50%, you don't want to see it go past that, but that's another sell signal. Price comes back down, creates an imbalance again, peaks up, gets in there. You can sell that again. See that? All right. And then price breaks down, comes back up into this block. So this is a supply block. Doesn't break above, another sell. All right. This is a 1 minute chart, right? Drag that block out, it should hold. Price breaks down, comes back in, taps it, comes back down, comes back in, holds 50% of that block. Look at that, 50%. All right, breaks down. And when I'm taking this trade, where I'm going to take it to? Well, I have that 1 hour gap right here. I have the daily opening gap. I have this lows and that low. And then I have the gap. I have the week opening gap. So we're holding it all the way. And unfortunately, when I made the school video today, because I was making an actual school video of me taking this trade, I went to lunch and I put my take profit right here at the gap, and I figured I'd be back. And sure enough, it ran for the price, and I wasn't able to move my take profit down because that's what I intentionally wanted to do. So the video that I made is from here to here and took profit. A couple thousand from here to here, risking only $160, $200, and it would have been a $5,000 day if I had, if I didn't put my take profit here. So anyways, but that was my intention, and I outlined it yesterday too. But so then price comes down. Watch this, comes down, creates an imbalance right there, and a gap. Watch this. So imbalance here after it taps that 1 hour gap, comes back, respects that candle. See that? That would be the imbalance here, the high of it, and comes back down, comes back up, and look where it comes to. This high comes right to the top of that gap. That's not buying and selling pressure, people. This is an algorithm to the T. See that? Pops up, hits that. You could be a seller there. You're generally a seller because of in here. All right. What happened here? Why did it get so dark, so light? And then, all right, price then shoots down, and a big gap. When you see that big gap, you know it's heavy bearish. So price comes down, comes back up, comes down, gets into here. This is a quick buy if you wanted to. Then comes back up into that gap, right? And then look at the top left numbers here. Look at the low of this candle, this up candle. The low is 32,237. The high of this candle is 32,237. I mean, that's perfect. Perfect sell. Breaks down. Another big imbalance. Price is peaking up, peak up one more time, and look where it peaks up to. Can't make this shit up, man. See right here? See this block right here? What's the low on that candle? I'm sorry, the open on this candle. Can you see that? Open top left, 32. Is that right? Yeah. 32,196. Look at the high of this candle. You see that? To the left. The high of this candle right here, of this bearish candle. The high is 32,196. The low of the open of this candle, 32,196. Perfect. All right. Another sell there if you wanted to. And then you have an imbalance here. All right. And then price comes back up, comes right into this block. So you have the block and the imbalance. Another sell again. All right. And then Price breaks up, breaks down, and then leaves that block, comes right back into it, sell again. All right. And price then comes down, creates this block, comes down, comes into it, doesn't go above 50% of that block, seller again, and you're taking it down right into the low, those lows right there. You squinch it up a little bit, you'll see it, low right there, takes out that low, and then what does it do? The algorithm is shooting down. Look at that, and it's going straight to the gap. I mean, there's no debate here. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, very, very obvious. And now look at the time here. Look at the time. Well, I was expecting this lunch move to happen because it always happens when you start lunch at 12, right? It starts running for price. Oh, you start having lunch at 1 o'clock, just so you know. But gets here to the power hour about 3 o'clock, and look what it does. So it hit the gap, 3 o'clock comes, bounces up hard, comes back down to take you out because whoever was buying, they knew that this was a key level, which is the gap, and you'll get a good reaction. Sure enough, came back down to take them out. Then it came back up, came down into this imbalance, and into these down blocks. Could have been a buyer there and rushed up to take out that liquidity that was engineered and the people who were selling from here. And more of this imbalance, because remember we were just peaking up here, but then look, comes over here and pretty much gets close to 75% of stealing it, and then we finish the day. So this is one of the best days I've ever seen, and I got it on record. But you see here, so when 9 o'clock we were coming up, we had dollar coming down. Now when this shift happened, all right, which is when I took this trade. This is at 11:18, whatever, 11, between that time. Look what's happening to the dollar. See this? We know that we came all the way down here and we framed the trade because we knew we had this gap left. So I'm looking, okay, I already know that I'm in my zone to sell, right? Because of that H1 resistance block. And we're down here, which we took out plenty of lows, and we have that gap. So now I'm looking for a shift. And it took forever. Dollar was super lagging. I took the trade anyway. But by the time we were here, then we started to see dollar act right. And sure enough, what did it do? It broke up, left an imbalance, left that block right there, came back in it, and bought. And when it bought all the way past that gap and here. And this would be equivalent to where our gap would be down here. See that? Beautiful, man. So, and here is, and then we also had a minor, you wouldn't be able to see this if you don't pay attention, a minor divergence in NAS. NAS took out that high. Look down here. They never took out that high. And here, which is S&P, and then Dow Jones never took out that high. So minor, that was just adding to the confluence. Here's the actual video that I made. And you'll see here that it starts at, I entered right here. That's the imbalance. Entered right there, 50% of the candle, which I preach all the time. Now you can see that I did it, in person, live. And then the stop loss is above that imbalance. And if I push play here, you'll see that I'm now in the trade. And it was at zero. Now I'm, $50, $100, whatever, but slowly coming down. And I put my TP. I need to mute. Okay. So I did this for the school. So look, I got my TP right here at the gap, and none of this is drawn yet. I do it on the fly, which is amazing. But I wanted to bring down my TP to the weekly gap that I wanted to, and I was going to bring it by, and I was at lunch and fucking couldn't make it back to change it. And I thought I'd be back because I was downstairs, in the same house. So it's not like I was gone, and then it ended up just rushing for it and taking it out, and then the trade was closed. But I was really gonna take it here. I got the levels marked out already here, and I got the fucking weekly gap right there, and so I'm just gonna kind of scrub real quick, so you can kind of see. This is live, and some people are like, "Well, why don't you do live trading on YouTube?" Well, I don't. I do that for the school, and I don't normally do this, but this was fun. I enjoyed it. I have OCD, so I don't like, it's gonna be hard to talk to people while I'm doing it, but or knowing it's live, but see, this whole trade is outlined that I just showed you live in this video, and boom, took me right out. Well, right there. See that? And I can kind of fast forward with this. I think. Oh, push play then. Why is it not playing? That's so weird. Why did you just stop? What the hell is going on, man? All right, that's weird. What's going on? Oh, it's been the longest day, man. Why are you not playing, dude? What's going on? Are you kidding me, man? This system's been playing with me, man. Why won't you play? Well, let me scrub it, but don't want me to play. Are you kidding me? The second technical difficulty. I made the video today for the school, and I did the recap, and then it never saved. I had to do the hour and a half video all over again, which was this video. I was like, I couldn't believe it, dude. I was like, what's going on? And now this isn't playing. I don't get it. This is the reason why I don't do live shit. This is the reason why I don't, you know, I'm just not really like a computer dude, you know what I'm saying? But wow, this isn't fucking playing. I'm gonna scrub it, sorry. So you see coming down and then boom, taking out the $2,000. It would have been a $5,000 day if I held, but whatever. So anyways, yeah. Going to the going to the 4 hour, or really to the 1 hour, if I was to kind of figure out what we're gonna do for tomorrow in tomorrow's news. I think let me go to a 4 hour. So we're kind of like in the middle here. We've built liquidity there. We built liquidity there. So I don't see us coming back up here unless, because it is kind of bullish in a way, but I'm still looking for lower prices to come down here. But it might be, again, it might be one of these. It doesn't look like this where it's coming up and then coming down, which that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this to look like this and then come up and then come down. This came up, this came down. So I don't know. We'll see. But at the same time, I hope it doesn't turn into something monstrous like this, where we came all the way down, like we did here. We came up, and then we came up, and then we go up one more drive. So I don't know if we're going to have another drive or not. This is a very debatable place. But we have a wick up here that hasn't been touched. We have that high itself. This is FOMC. We have some of that daily imbalance. I don't know if we're going to go up there or not. Watch Asia London, but I would like to see it come into this wick and then come down into this wick, and then go below the gap. But it might not. It might have tapped this gap and then it might just come up to this somewhere in here. Let me show you. Let me go to a 1 hour. I'm really tired, man. I'm really tired of talking about fucking trading right now, to be honest. But take a look here. I'm gonna delete all this stuff here. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna delete all that, and then And then what's the efficiencies above here where we have this imbalance right there, right? And that looks like a good place for it to come to, or it might even come up into here. This actually looks good here, and then we can drop from here. So we made a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Unless this is the lower high and this is the lower low, and we make a lower high like right here, where it comes up and it takes out this liquidity and it gets up into this wick a little bit, and then we see it come down. So that's one idea on the top side, right? And we also have that high right here. So it is possible that we tap into here and we just get into that first imbalance, and that's what I'm looking at the top side. Now, as far as the bottom side goes, let's just say it just kind of plays around and then it starts making its way down. Well, obviously we have this wick here with this low. I've already marked this low. And then we have, obviously we have, I do like here as well with this big candle. And then taking out, yeah. So this is what I just framed the upside and the downside. Watch Asia and London for it to make sense. But going back to the daily, it could be we could get into an ugly position soon. But again, I'm looking to still take trades to the downside, as I took this trade here for the sell. You know, instead of buying here, which you see the buys here were very simple as well. 930 came in. See this? 930 came in here. Big imbalance. Price came down. You don't buy. This is at 50% right there, right? But if you didn't take that, which is fine, I don't expect you to. You come up here and you validate that demand block. You come back into it at 50%. You're a buyer. Your stop loss is here. If it goes below here, then this is not the trade. So that would have worked. Price came back up. Balance right here. Block right there. See that? Holds from this block here, and respects that low as well. Breaks up, and then comes right back into this block right here. See this? Drag that out. It would have been that's holding as support, and then breaks back up, gets into this imbalance with this down candle. Look to the right. Boom, buyer the whole time. I got this down packed, homie. So yeah, I hope this helps. You guys take care and God bless.